Hey lovely! Today I wanted to share a little bit about my own personal journey and how I got to creating Free Flow Botanicals, and it really stemmed out of taking a huge leap of faith. So I've always been extremely risk adverse, pretty much growing up. I didn't have the most ideal childhood, but then again, who really has? And the environment I grew in was actually pretty toxic. I grew up in an immigrant family from Taiwan and Japan, first generation, only child, and there was a lot of intergenerational trauma in my family that was fueled by narcissism, depression, addiction, a lot of lack of self-love. So in turn, I grew up not really understanding how to love myself, how to connect to my heart, and not really having the confidence or the self-esteem to follow my dreams. And I share this because what really led me to taking a leap of faith was essentially hitting rock bottom, not really knowing who I was and having a sense of identity. I just sort of blindly followed in the footsteps of others or listened to the advice of my well-intentioned parent, and just sort of was lost for many years in my life. And it was really when I hit rock bottom, when I was studying and working on my doctorate around the time I was 30, where I fell into a deep depression. And I remember those years were just extremely painful. I didn't really know who I was. I couldn't connect to my heart. My mind was constantly full of chatter. And so I began to dive into self-care practices. I went to therapy. A few years later, I got into Reiki healing, which actually changed my life. And I also started working with creating my own skincare products. And so ultimately, what ended up being the tipping point for me was enrolling in a part-time program to study Western clinical herbalism. And that opened up an entire world of plants to me. And I was able to connect on a really deep level to plants and their healing powers. And this allowed me to really gain the confidence and love for myself that I took this giant leap of faith, quit my full-time job, which offered me a wonderful salary. I had a great team, a very comfortable lifestyle, a lot of material possessions at the time I was very happy with. And I quit and enrolled in studying clinical Western herbalism full-time, and that basically led me down the path of starting Free Flow Botanicals to really support women, whatever path you are going through, to help you reconnect to your heart, to reconnect with your body, to feel self-love, and to invest in yourself. Really take the time to invest in yourself, because the world right now is a very sad place. There's a lot of violence, a lot of hatred, a lot of fear. And the best way we can combat all of that is to evoke our own personal power through self-love and investing in ourselves. And how can we do that? We can do that in a variety of ways. Doing things that make you happy, and if you don't know what that is, going out and exploring as many things as you can to understand what makes you happy and what brings you that happiness and that joy, that heartfelt joy that just runs so deep, right? That if often it's hard to even explain. And when that is felt, just keep pursuing that, right? And I won't lie, it's not always going to be the most straightforward or easy path. It's probably gonna be filled with uncertainty, probably sometimes fear, speaking from personal experience, but I promise you, when you enter down and start down that path, the rewards will just be limitless. And I think it will be extremely life-changing. So back to investing in yourself and how to combat everything that is negative going on in the world is to fill yourself with good, positive light that's so pure that allows you to radiate and glow from the inside out. And I'm here to support you. And one of the best ways to practice self-love and self-care is by taking these moments, whatever time you have at the end of the day or in the morning, whatever is best for you, to honor yourself, honor your body, honor your heart, honor your skin. And I personally have been finding ways to give my skin more love than usual, and that is through one of my favorite self-care practices right now, which is giving myself a gua sha facial massage. So I have a current gua sha tutorial and also a video explaining all the health and beauty benefits of gua sha. I can't recommend gua sha enough right now. It really does deliver results when used consistently. And so I will be back to share some of my favorite gua sha tools and how you can use them not only to promote health and beauty benefits, but to also help to relieve some tension and stress. Okay, so I'm gonna do a really quick overview of some of my favorite gua sha tools and their uses for both the face and the body. Here you've got your standard heart-shaped tool in rose quartz and clear quartz. And then you've got blue spot jasper in teardrop shape. And then you've got comb in rose quartz as well as wave. And the beautiful thing about all 5 of these tools is that they can be used effectively on the face to give yourself a gua sha facial massage, as well as the body to help provide tension and relief. The neck and the shoulders, or anywhere around your body where you are feeling some tightness or muscle tension. The wonderful thing about these 2 shapes is that they have multiple ridges, which can be effectively used on different contours or crevices along the face, such as the bridge of the nose or the jawline. And all of these can also be used effectively in the temporomandibular area, as many of us suffer from TMJ or just having tightness in the jaw region altogether. The masseter muscle here is a large band, and it tends to be really tight from chewing or talking or laughing, and using a gua sha tool in this area can really help smooth out that muscle area and also provide relief, as well as improve blood flow and circulation. Today though, I really wanted to focus on these 2 shapes, which are fishtail in rose quartz as well as wand in blue spot jasper. And these 2 I really love at the moment because their sheer length allows them to cover a much larger surface areas than the other gua sha tools that I shared. And these can be used really effectively, similarly to the other gua sha tools, on the shoulders as well as the neck. They're great for smoothing out shoulder tension and getting knots out, really wonderful. But also, these have pointed ends here. 2 pointed ends here, 2 pointed ends here, which help to stimulate acupressure points, which can improve the flow of qi or life force energy to promote relaxation and ease tension. And this, for example, is the yin tang area, or the third eye, which can be really effective in helping to relieve insomnia as well as headaches and stress. This area here is the hand valley or union point, also really good for helping to relieve tension and stress or headache. And then you can also even use the pointed ends on areas here to help relieve sinus pressure, as well as the temple area. So it really gets in there, and it acts very similarly to acupuncture, except you're not using needles in this case, but you're really helping to stimulate circulation and the flow of qi, which is really good for maintaining vitality. So let me know if you have any questions about these fabulous gua sha tools, or if you would like me to go a little bit further into any of the topics that I just covered.